it a snake in the valley. Say F-A-F-O. I say your F-A, no all we F-O. You see when you're ever wrong without. I say give me a F-A-F-O and let them know that is the code. Oh Lord, some say the code is this, some tell we it's that, but I go hear the facts. Give me. We experiencing a global phenomenon. With serious issues, mankind choose to fool around. Then they go find out, facing real consequences, that when you play totish games, you win foolish prizes. The mighty US of A, look how them in disarray, because they forget the first dose of madness. So with the short-term memory, they welcome back Donald T to give that fascist a second term in office. But after they take the bait and they realize what's the fate, enough of them want to change the vote, but it is too late. You see the F-A-F-O. You see the F-A, now they go F-O. Plenty immigrants made their choice. Uncle Donald they supporting, but he put their support on ice and themselves he start deporting. F-A-F-O. I say the F-A, now they go F-O. But now Donald breaks in because it now so keen. He naming the Epstein files, so they now studying like they're voting a presidential pedophile. F-A-F-O. I say the F-A, now they go F-O. You see when you're ever wrong, there's no doubt. Even Uncle Sam will find out that what's sour in Bam Bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout F-A-F-O, I tell you that is, tell him that is the code. Oh, say, can you see? You see the code? Come in. Trinidad love all fours, you know that is the truth. So when America trump, we just follow suit. If them MAGA morons is America's concern, well, we present government is easily their clones. From 2010 to 15, the tenure was so obscene, scandalize the land and destroy we economy. But like we missed the free-for-all, incompetence and bubble, so we bring them back to finish mash up the country. And as they assume their roles, I set a square peg in wrong holes. Now plenty people who help them win at the polls feel the F-A-F-O. They say the F-A, now they go F-O. The two worst Alexanders in the world and team make ministers. One is a racist troll and one need a West Indian first primer. F-A-F-O. I said the F-A, now we go F-O. Meanwhile Tanti setting up TNT in people worship we in place. She should have let the Yankee army plant the red eye in she pink palace. F-A-F-O. I said the F-A, now she go F-O. You see when you're ever wrong, there's no doubt. Persona non grata must find out that what's sour in Bam Bam starts sweet in she mouth. Sing it out. F-A-F-O. Tell them that is, tell them that is the code. Cause when code yellow wins, corruption begins. Where's the real code? Let me talk to the doc. Doc, you had the mandate of most of the electorate, not to mention the support of your party base. Somehow you took that to mean you could manipulate and dictate the decision of who should take your place. And because you were the top dog, you move like an overlord. You find when you tell them jump, they should have asked how high. You set out to sway the vote, offer up a young scapegoat. to just get a kobo sweat after you say bye-bye. You delay party convention, play with party constitution, and figure you could have gerrymander the outcome. But your FA, FO, your FA, and then your FO. You chain up the young man for truth to snap the election fingers fast. Although every poll warn you that would have be a shortcut. That's FA, FO, your FA, now all of we FO. So for your voters who stayed away, you certainly have a part to play. But they feel like they get betrayed, like it had snake in the body. Say FA, FO, I say your FA, now all of we FO. You see when you're ever wrong without doubt, even strong leaders find out that what's sour in bam bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout FA, FO, when you that is, tell them that is the code. So let's do this red and ready to oppose. Give me a
Alright, let me apologize to those of you who are on the live. I don't know what happened. There's some technical difficulties that took place a while ago. So I want to apologize to those of you who were on Facebook and on YouTube and you're wondering what happened. Yep, I had some technical difficulties. So I want to apologize for that. I'm going to get my guest on the line so that we can start the interview. Let me say again, if you don't know, well, now you're going to know that I have two guests. Mr. Kwesi Devines. All right, Mr. Kwesi Devines, and then I'm going to have Mr. Hislop. Good afternoon to my brother from Tobago.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Blessed New Year to you, man. Blessed New Year. How are you doing?
I am blessed, man. I'm blessed.
Good afternoon to your listeners as well.
Yeah.
Just say kudos before you go forward on what you've been doing.
Yeah, man.
The work that you do is an important job, and I don't want anyone to take that for granted. And you could take that as the endorsement. My name is Kwesi Devines, and that was not a paid political advertisement. That was just an endorsement for someone who I think is doing an exceptional job.
I appreciate the endorsement from you, coming from you, man. I appreciate that. We go way back, you know, Kwesi.
We go way back.
People don't know how way back we go. We go way back. And
way back.
I am happy to have you on with me to share with the listeners and viewers of Constructive Talk what is going on in Tobago. Tobago is in a frenzy right now. Tobago is on fire. I was listening to the meeting. I would have broadcast the meeting. For most of my viewers would know I would have broadcast the meeting, the PNM Tobago meeting last night, and boy oh boy, that crowd.
Right, yes. Last night was something else.
Tell us.
Last night was something else, and you know, the interesting thing about it is that for the last 4 years, and just want to put some context in place.
Mm-hmm.
For the last 4 years, the level of victimization and that workers of the Tobago House of Assembly have been experiencing, and the reality is close to 70% of the population either works directly for the THA or provides a service through the private sector to the THA. So you're somehow beholden to the THA. And because almost 2,000 people lost their jobs very early up from this administration, people were afraid. Afraid to speak up, afraid to speak out, to come to PNM events. Even during the general election, you got that sense. And something during the election, and I won't say something because I know what that thing is. During this campaign, we started off with conversations with the community, which people enjoyed, they listened, and they recognized that this campaign that the PNM was running under Ansel Dennis was a campaign of a difference. It wasn't a rah-rah show. It was about revealing a brand new slate a new set of candidates who are new to the politics, but served in the community. I mean, we have people like Karen Forbes, the national captain of the women's football team.
Okay.
And yeah, so she's the candidate for Plymouth BlackRock.
Right.
So we have Dominic Kerr. His father is who they call Mansom, and a well-known entrepreneur in the Keenan Bonaccord area for many, many years. And he, of course, coming up in the SDA field, people know him very well. So Brian Harris, well known and loved in his community, working with the elderly. He's an integral part of the Police Youth Club. Harvest, go to Covering Westford, marketing Tobago in a different way, tourism-wise. So the slate is a very fresh slate, a new slate. I'm probably, of course, Ansel, Kelvon, myself, Petal are probably the only ones who have really been in it before. Ansel and myself are the only ones who have been secretaries before. So there's a mix of youth, there's a mix of maturity and energy and passion. And I think the team is one that people recognize that is a great team. And the campaign has been one about a bold new vision for Tobago that we have called the Big Bold Red Vision. Of course, again, piloted by Ansel. And
Right.
people have not been hearing mudslinging on the platform. It has been facts. It has been dealing with the issues and the vision for where we want to take Tobago. And I think that has been really refreshing to a lot of people. And so that has really woken up what I call a sleeping giant. And we saw it at the launch of the candidates. We ram out Magdalena. They said we brought in a crowd from Trinidad. Google, me and his good partners, they could have come to Tobago and support me. He didn't come anywhere, but I say we brought in a boatload of people from Trinidad. But it was all Tobagonians who were willing to say, you know what, enough is enough. This administration, we need to get them out.
Yeah, I like how you nicely put me up, but that's all right. I like how you're nice.
I was looking for the Trinidadians in the crowd, but I know you are man Google. You know, if you had to come to Tobago, you call me. But I hear that there's a boatload of Trinidadians came to the launch of the PNM candidates, and it was the furthest thing from the truth. But what I can tell you, and I just want to share this very quickly, I saw something at the launch of candidates that really symbolizes everything about this campaign. Now, we were in the Magdalena ballroom. There were some tents outside, so the lawn was filled with people as well. And when I went outside, I was going to my car for something. I saw a married couple that I know. They have young children. And they were standing away from the crowd. And now I know them to be traditional PNM supporters. And I said, oh, wear your jerseys. And they said, Kwesi, no, we can't really have one no jersey now, but you know we're here to support. We couldn't stay away. So they could not stay away from the launch. They just wanted to be around. But they were afraid to put on a PNM, a red T-shirt, because they knew that their jobs would be in danger.
Wow.
And it's a real thing. We've all experienced it. Tobagonians, you either know somebody directly who has experienced it or experience it directly yourself, because it's widespread in this assembly. Because the rhetoric is we versus them. So anytime you are them, they try to take away anything from you that they can. No benefits, no support, no opportunity, as long as you are them. If you're we, then fine, we could lie. But it's a we versus them that they have created. And that's why their slogan is Tobago is we. Because they have been preaching Tobago is we. All of that hate, that venom, that Tobago is we, is we turn now. PNM had enough time, is we turn now. And that's not the Tobago that we want. We want a Tobago where everyone has an opportunity. And that's the Tobago that the PNM has worked hard for from 2001 to 2021 to culture. And that's the Tobago that we're going to go back to on January 12th.
But that's really good to hear, man, Chrissy, man. And I know that is your heart. I know that is your heart, that is your passion, that's your belief, and that's something that you stand for. I could say that with all boldness. With all boldness.
Yes.
I saw a video with a young lady thanking you for electricity to her home, for her children to be able to study. That says that you are, and listen to this, you did that and you're not in office. You could imagine when you reach an office, Chrissy.
Yes. And should be told, this is something that I did a while back.
Hey, what happened to Chrissy there? Alright, so we're gonna get Chrissy back on. So don't touch. Share the live though. I want you all to share the live. Please share the live and let's get this going. Alright, please share the live. Mr. Hislop.
I said give me a F, and let them know that is the code. Oh Lord, some say the code is this, some tell we it's that, but I go hear the facts. Give me. We experiencing a global phenomenon. With serious issues, mankind choose to fool around. Then they go find out, facing real consequences. That when you play childish games, you win foolish prizes. The mighty US of A, look how them in disarray. Because they forget the first dose of madness. So with the short-term memory, they welcome back Donald T. to give that fascist a second term in office. But after they take the bait and they realize where's the fate, enough of them want to change the vote, but it is too late. You see the FA, FO, see the FA, now they go FO. Plenty immigrants made their choice. Uncle Donald they supporting, but he put their support on ice and themselves he start deporting. FA, FO.
Alright, so no, this is Tobago Day, though. Today's Red Day Tobago. So we're going our guests. We have two guests all now. So we have Mr. Hislop, former senator, big boy. I just call him Big Boy. I just call him Big Boy. And that is my friend. I could do that. That is my friend. Nobody can't tell me. He can't even say he's not my friend. So even if he wants to say...
I can say he's my friend. He's friend, but me I'm not Big Boy.
He could say that. He can say that too.
Calling him a big boy.
He's a big...
That's a serious thing, you know.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy. He was a senator, you know. Right. So we never boy. We have former Senator Hislop, right, and we have candidate Mr. Chrissy Devines. Now let me tell you all this, if you're cooking, you need to take off the stove, because this place gonna get hot. Now I want to apologize first of all, Chrissy and Hislop. I don't have one red, but I could pour one red, you know. If I give my chance, I go and pour one red, you know. I think I have on the wrong color, you know. I think I have on the wrong color too, you know. You understand? but in all, my heart, if it's nobody who know my heart, both of you know my heart, where my love for Tobago, one, and my support for you guys. You know that. You all know that. You all know you all have my full support. And hey, I jumping on a plane Saturday, you know. If I know where to sleep, I sleeping. If I sleep in his club garage, I sleeping. But I come in Tobago. I am coming to Tobago. I have to support my boy Chrissy and that motorcade.
Come in, man, come in.
I come in. I don't know. His club could tell me what you want. I sleeping in the garage. Just throw two sheets.
I can't prevent nobody. You and the dog and them go deal, guys, man.
That is all. So Tobago is ready today. Chris, you would have given us some information before you came on his lap. You gave us a nice little backdrop information of how the campaign has been going, but we ain't reached how the people feeling just yet. But we're watching how the campaign has been going. He gave us a nice build up of how before people were kind of reluctant on coming out because the adversary, the vindictiveness. And let me tell you one time, my brethren, I could tell you what happening in Trinidad here. You see that vindictiveness and that hate and that spite and that get rid of anything that smell or look PNM. I was a victim of that.
Yeah,
I know about that. So, and now all of that talk, now they turn a whole media house into a campaign house.
yeah.
I could tell you, I know 3 persons who have been hired and who are there to push their propaganda. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking now about what's going on in Tobago. Today is Red Day in Tobago. I feel like what's one point I read you know. So yeah, what? I give you only opportunity to talk to the people. So who want to go first?
All right, Chris. You are the candidate, brother. Go right there.
No, before you got cut off, I was just sharing with Google and its listeners that the video is so, and I don't know if you'll pull it up when you can, where I was able to help a young lady.
Oh, yeah.
Again, this is something that happened a little while back last year, that's during last year. And Google, this is not someone who is a PNM supporter. This is not someone who ever waved a red flag. This is someone who campaigns with and probably is still canvassing for the TPP. But when I went into the street and we meet in the street and we talk, she said, Chris, she's going through this particular problem. And I said, you know what? I will help you. And I did just that.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even expect her to, want to do a video or anything. And she says, she said to me before, Chris, where are cameras? When I dropped off the lights and so on, she was like, where camera? I said, girl, I'm not on that camera thing. I just doing this for you. And she was the one who said, you know what? I would like to say my piece and say thank you publicly. And that is how our video came about. Because it was never done for likes or shares or anything like that. Right. And so I tell people, whilst Tobagonians experience spite, victimization, wickedness, the PNM is not about that. I am not about that. It's about really genuinely giving opportunity and helping anyone. It doesn't matter what jersey. And that's the thing about oath of office. And of course, Lawrence took an oath of office as a senator. And it speaks about without fear or favor. And so it doesn't matter if it is you wore a red jersey on Red Day or a blue jersey for your blue day or whatever the case is. Come when we are sworn into office and take an oath of office. You're there to serve everybody. When the rain falls, you don't fall on one man house top. And I think that's what people are missing about the governance. The governance of Tobago right now is clearly biased towards a single set of people. And it's all about who are politically aligned. And that's why some people jump on board with them to get jobs and contracts and so on. But the reality is Tobago deserves better than that. And on Monday, I am very confident that Tobagonians will let their voices be heard and demonstrate very forcefully that they want a Tobago that they can depend on. They want a leadership that they can trust. They want to know that their leaders are not disrespectful or just plain old liar, as they say in Tobago. And we look forward to that next week.
As we talking about Chrissy, I think I needed to send me that video because I've been looking for it. I'm trying to find it just now. So once you get it, while we're having the discussion, I'll upload it and play it. So I went and changed, Yeah. My viewers and them could tell you I went and changed. Today's Red Day in Tobago. I'm serious about this thing, BP. Let me tell you something. Tobagonians need to understand Hislop and Quasi, what we going through in Trinidad, they have to open their eyes and see and realize that in no way all they want to feel what we feel in here. You all don't want to experience what we are experiencing here. Trust me.
But the thing about it, Google, is that I think there have been Tobagonians who have experienced what is transpiring right now in Trinidad, because when you had the change in administration in 2021, you had Tobagonians who went through similar to what is happening. It's just that it's happening on a larger scale in Trinidad because it's a larger population.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is there are persons, PNMites, citizens of Tobago, residents of Tobago, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, who have gone through the same sort of treatment. And from the time the PDP came into office, not too long after they took office and they got their feet wet, they were dismissing people left, right, and center. You've had several court matters that
oh, yes,
they're attempting to hide, where you had former employees taking them to court and winning. You had entire units being shut down, and not only direct employees, but you have, and we've said it over again on the platform, you have the decimation of the contracting sector, the local contracting sector in Tobago by this administration. I was speaking to a contractor this morning, and he is saying that when you have a situation where the Secretary of Settlements can say to contractors, well, go and ask the Trinidad contractors who are bidding on the housing projects to get a little subcontract end. Since when? That's what we in Tobago have to settle for. When the Blenheim housing development was built, the houses and the development was built by Tobagonian contractors and Tobagonian labor, Adventure in Plymouth, Tobagonians and Tobagonian labor, those houses and so on. The infrastructure is done by Tobagonians. So since when a Tobago contractor has to now go cap in hand to a contractor based in Trinidad to get an N, as we just say, give me an N, give me 2 houses to build, give me 1 house to build. When the reality is, you have contractors in Tobago who have a proven track record, and Kwesi could speak to that as a former secretary for infrastructure. You have contractors here who have a proven track record of doing quality works. The Prime Minister's residence in Tobago was built by a Tobago-based contractor. And that's just one. You have other significant work, road works, and all of these things were done by Tobago contractors. So when you come now, and the guy who I was talking to this morning said to me, he said the situation, Lawrence, is that I employ people from right in my community. I employ young men from right in my community, and that's one of the ways you help reduce the crime situation and the level of delinquency that we all complaining about. Because the old adage just says the devil does find work for idle hands. And if you give your young people things to do, if you give them work, the chances of them getting into trouble are less.
But and I just want to endorse what you're saying, where the contractor said that he would hire people from the community. You remember how the PNM and the local government election would have boasted that they would use the Tobago model for local government reform, the Tobago model, where if you have a contractor from a community, that contractor have to hire people from that community in order to keep the employment pool going.
Yeah. And this is not only a situation with your employment pool, but you have a larger macroeconomic effect from that, because there is this spin-off, and the example that you could use is like you drop a pebble in a pond and you get the ripple effect. And so when you hire a local contractor, a Tobago-based contractor, to do a job, he hires Tobagonians. These Tobagonians in the villages go to the mini marts and the supermarkets and the hairdressers and the barbers and you just name it. And you have that spin-off effect that everybody benefits when the economy is developed from a local standpoint. That's how you get that ripple effect, and it benefits everybody. But when you give $100 million to a contractor from Trinidad, and his base is in Trinidad, and he brings employees from Trinidad, who benefits from that? Who benefits from
He brings all of his equipment from Trinidad.
Correct.
He's making material purchases from Trinidad.
That's right.
I mean, it's really terrible. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you saw Google. Namalco was due to do some work in Tobago, and Namalco brought up all of their trucks. As a matter of fact, and this is something that is unheard of. Namalco was allowed to put their asphalt plant at the Studley Park Enterprise Limited compound in Studley Park there. That is the publicly owned quarry, the state-owned quarry. Could you imagine national quarries hosting Namalco's asphalt plant?
Well, it may happen now, Kwesi. It may happen now that this administration is under government.
So you now have a situation where they're talking about sellout and the PNM sold out, and the fact of the matter is the PNM has been proud to say, listen, we are a national organization, but this TPP administration has sold out Tobago in so many clandestine ways that Tobagonians don't even know what's happening yet. I mean, you're getting word that state lands have been given to an entrepreneur from Central or South Trinidad to open a supermarket in Tobago.
Wow.
And that's the sellout of the island is real. We have a chief secretary who every time he opens his mouth is either he lies or he's being disrespectful.
Well, we hear that. We saw that. Yeah, and we saw that live on our live yesterday. Yesterday was the worst. I think yesterday was the worst than any other time. Honestly.
Yes, he was. Yeah, I don't know what Lawrence. I don't know if Lawrence somehow went and punctured the guy's tires or something. I don't know if Lawrence stole the meat from his plate, but Big Dog, Sterling Timothy is a guy I have a lot of love for. I didn't know him personally before, but his passion, his realness, his ability to analyze has been so impressive to me, and he's going after the guy personally, personal attacks on the platforms. And it's a level of desperation. He man even bring back Rowley again, and call him a roast breadfruit. And it's all uncalled for, But
and you see, that's
the brand of hate.
Yeah, just to add to what Kwesi said there concerning Sterling, and I got really hurt by that statement. And it's more personal for me because I've known Sterling all his life. I had the privilege of, even at the time, being the elder that officiated at the dedication of Sterling's first child, right? And that's to tell you, I have a friendship with the family, and this is years now. This is since I'm a little boy, because his uncles and I have been friends from since school. And so when the chief secretary attacked, and it was an attack, it was an outright attack, and I hear people trying to downplay the issue and talk about it being political platform picong. That's not picong. That was an attempt by the chief secretary to discredit a young man's ability to serve his community and to serve Tobago. That was an attempt by the chief secretary to destroy even the young man's character, because when you call him to question his ability to to be a secretary and assistant secretary. Then why? What are you questioning? Are you questioning his character? Are you questioning his acumen? What are you questioning? And to me, that was not just political platform picong. That was a personal attack on a young black Tobagonian, a young man who in the past may have had his own challenges and turned around his life and is now an exemplar in his community. And says to the fellas on the block, listen, this is where we can aspire to, not just political office, but being of greater service to our community. And what amazes me is that the chief secretary has attacked black businesses, has attacked the PNM, saying the PNM ain't no black party. And then you attack a young black man. And then you are in bed with another entity that clearly has its own challenges. And I'm not bringing any race issue in here, but why are you attacking black businesses, Tobago businesses? Because that's one of the challenges I have. You are attempting to discredit Tobagonians and their ability to run business. So you have a problem with Warner, you have a problem with Parks International, you have a problem with Kai Engineering, you have a problem with Tobago indigenous businesses. And to me, that as a chief secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, that's a big problem. Ochoy Charles ran Carlos John and them out of Tobago when they were trying to pave the highway back in the day, under the UNC.
Wow.
He said, we have people here who could do that.
Who could do that?
Ochoy Charles shut down that project and said to Carlos John at the time Minister of Works, you can't come and pave no highway in Tobago. We have people here who could do that.
Wow.
And I think last night I made the point that the level of disrespect that is being meted out to Tobago. If people like Ian Robinson was alive today and Ochoy Charles was alive today, I am almost sure that Ochoy would have had a problem with with the Prime Minister coming into the chamber and saying the anchor holds. Robinson would have had a problem with that because we understand that's not how you represent everybody.
You know, I tell people I listen to the both sides. I listen to the PNM meeting, and I listen to the and I listen also to the TPP meeting, and clearly, chalk and cheese. They started off attacking and saying that the reason why they were not able to do all that they wanted to do is because of the PNM that was in government. And now that there's a new central government, they'll get the money and they'll be able to do what they have to do. From the time you see Kelvon, Hislop, Creasy, and the political leader, Mr. Ansel Dennis, started to show. But how you say you ain't get no money, but you buy you buy a set of old ambulance? How you say you ain't get no money and you do this and you do that and you do the next? They start to backtrack, and now they're trying to push their narrative of what they want to do. And from the time they started to do that, brothers, I could tell you straight up, the numbers on their live started to go down. I started to look at their attendance in their meetings, started to drop because people started to realize, oh, you were selling us lies.
Right.
And my thing is, when I look and I listen to let me tell you all something. I want to applaud you guys on the youths and the young people that you all have had on your platform. Every single one of them was articulate. Every single one of them understand what the fight was about, and they executed well. Yes, and that says a lot. That says a lot about how the youth are looking up to you, Kwesi, and his slop. They're looking at, Ole might feel that they're not looking up to Ole. Ole might feel that they wasn't listening. You all might have feel as though it was like, if you know, hey, but these young people and them, when you listen to them, clearly you know that they were watching and listening to you all. So I want to put that on, I want to put that in front. I want to put you all to the head of the class. When it comes to your youth speakers, they were on point. Right? I love how you all.
And again, kudos go to the young people. And they've been stepping up. And they have been, as you said, they've been given genuine opportunities. And they have grasped them with both hands.
Yeah.
And they have been rolling with the PNM. And again, even in these hard times, when you would think it's trendy to roll with the blue and that type of thing, they have stood and they have stood through the difficult times. And I know that they are looking forward to celebrating on Monday because they are doing the work as well. They're out there doing the work, and they're seeing with their own two eyes the difference between PNM administration and anything else, because it started off as PDP, and then it went to independent and then TPP.
Yes. Yeah.
And they've also seen the blatant chaos. And I mean, these young people, there's a particular young man, he was working in Trinidad, and again, you probably are not seeing him on a platform, and he said, well, boy, if I go on a platform, I lose my job for sure. And so there are people still very afraid, but extremely competent, but afraid to step out there because of what is happening when it comes to job security and being exposed politically. And again, the PNM has been, and this is something that even the viewers in Trinidad may not understand. When the PNM won in 2001, when the PNM won the Tobago House of Assembly election in 2001, the PNM contested against the NAR and PEP, People's Empowerment Party. After that, NAR went back to DAC. Then they went to TUFDAC. Then they went to TOP. Then it was Tobago Forwards. Then there was PDP. In between that, the UNC also came in and contested an election as well. And during this time, all of the candidates, or many of the candidates, worked for the THA or public servants or teachers or whatever, and were able to lose an election, dust off their boomsy, and go back to work the next day like nothing happened.
Right.
And nobody tried to get them out of office. People were, when I was a secretary and even before I got into the THA, people were busy chastising the assembly on Facebook all the time, employees of the THA. And now you dare not open your mouth about anything because you're going to get called into an office because someone saw what you were saying on Facebook. And they monitor the Facebook pages very carefully. Is a Facebook executive council we have in Tobago right now. And so anything you say, so recently, for example, my wife spoke about victimization and her experience with victimization because she was one of the close to 40 seated workers, managerial, this is management, lower management level, that was sent home unceremoniously. They have a matter in court that they're trying to drag out in court. As a matter of fact, they set the date for after the election. But she shared the experience of a friend of hers who she did a business plan for, who has been denied that opportunity because, again, his affiliation to the party. And she said that video was posted in the morning. By mid-morning, the gentleman, one of the people who it could be, got a phone call. As a matter of fact, 2 persons got phone calls because they could not be sure exactly who they were talking about. So the secretary herself, the Secretary of Finance, looked at this video, or attention was brought to the video that spoke about victimization and the victimization of Tobagonians associated with the PNM. and called in 2 people because she could not pinpoint who exactly was the person victimized, because they're victimizing so many people that they can't even keep track of who they did what to.
That's
where it is. That is where it is.
And that says a lot, eh? That says
I'm
a
telling
lot.
you.
And you see when you talk about the young people, Google and basically commended them, and the truth is, we have more in the arsenal when it comes to young speakers, you know. But you know one of the challenges we have this election?
Tell me.
We have youth speakers who are employed with various government entities.
Right.
And cannot mount a platform for fear of being victimized and losing their jobs. And that is the reality that we are facing in Tobago and in Trinidad and Tobago.
Wow.
That you have young people who it is their constitutional right to be a member of a political party, who have something to offer to their political party and cannot do so because they run the risk of being terminated.
So tell me.
That is where we are at in this country.
I heard, was it Mr. Dennis talked about an area in Tobago that historically, the PNM could have never gone into that community. Because if they go into that community, you'll get rotten egg. You'll get run. Dr. Eric Williams get rotten egg here in that area. And I heard that you all went in that community and the love only get like only was shocked.
Yeah, that's better, but better has gotten easy over the years in terms of allowing the PNM to come into the heart of Bethel to do meetings.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the same still on Timothy Big Dog's district.
Okay. How was the attendance? How was the attendance to that meeting?
That was one of the very good, extremely well in terms of crowd support and so on.
Really?
Very good. Yeah, it was very
Wow. So tell me, where's the word on the ground? How people feeling on the ground? Crazy, in your community, how the people feeling? Where's the feel you're getting on the ground, Crazy? I want to know how the ground, because the last time, Crazy, let me tell you why, Crazy, we're having this discussion. Remember the last time I told you that a gentleman called me? He's a pastor, eh?
Yes.
You listening?
I listen.
A pastor called this program one night and he said to me, I call in to give you a balance on what's going on. I said, I don't want no balance. I want truth. If you come in to give me balance, keep your balance. What I want is the truth about what's going on in Tobago. He said to me that Tobagonians, they're leaning on the side of the blue because of whatever reason and whatever. Chris, you got a chance to listen to him?
Yes, I did.
What do you think, Chrissy? What are your thoughts? Because Islam, let me tell you this, eh? When the gentleman did his thing, talk and whatever, that night on my program, I got the amount of Tobago people who call in surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tobagonians started to call from all over Tobago. All over Tobago. Tobago take over the program. Trinidadians had to hush and let Tobagonians talk. It was like if that gentleman raised an ant's nest. Because he said some things that Tobagonians call in, boy. And they started to blaze him. I said, what? I said, well, I only taking calls from Tobago. No Trinidadians, don't call in. Forget that. This is not only program tonight. And Tobagonians did call in, and it was really, really nice. Chris even gave me a challenge.
There's a group of people, Google, and I tell you, come to Tobago and do the program, you know.
Yeah, you're ready to me that.
Come to Tobago and do the program.
Yeah, you're ready to me that.
Because there's a group of people, I call it silent majority, And Orville London used to always refer to the group as the gatekeepers of Tobago.
Okay.
Because these are not your jersey wearing supporters. These are the people who are sitting back in their homes, working in their jobs, in their businesses, and they are not out there waving any flags, but they are listening and they are paying attention. And whenever I go out, there are people who would say to me, Kwesi, I was not going to vote this year, but I was not going to see me, Kwesi. Politics has been, because people were genuinely willing to give Farley and the team a chance.
Really?
And after what, yeah, they were, once the result came in at 14-1, even if people voted for the PNM in December 2021, they said, you know what? The majority have spoken. Because that's how Tobagonians are, generally speaking, especially PNM supporters. We're not rabble rousers. We're not going to try to burn down the place, and that's not the PNM. And what you saw were people saying, you know what? Let's give them a chance. Farley sounds good. He looked like he come from good stock. He's a country boy. You know, people saw the Tobago in him. But what Tobago has experienced over the last 4 years, the callousness, the victimization, the disrespect of the elderly, the blatant disregard for anything that looks like moral or moral authority. I've come across people and I don't know if Lawrence would speak to it in the SDA faith, who said, well, if Farley comes into their church, especially to speak to them, they are picking up their Bible and their songbook and they are leaving.
Wow.
Because he has been an extreme disappointment to those brothers and sisters, especially in the SDA faith, because again, they look towards him as someone who was an elder in a church and should know better. Because you come up on good morals, on the teachings. And that's a good thing in Tobago, you know, we grew up, the average person, and Lawrence will tell you, growing up, even though you might be your parents might be Adventists, sometimes you're going to Sunday school and Sabbath school. And because your auntie in Sunday school, so you have to go to Sunday school. And granny in Sabbath school, so you're going to Sabbath school. And sometimes you go, the Adventists have come for the first 2 weeks of the holidays, and then the Moravian have come, and you go everybody's come. So we grew up like that. Whether it's Pentecost, Moravian, SDA. And so there's an expectation of a group of Tobagonians when it comes to morals, what you're displaying morally. And when people are seeing that moral bankruptcy that has taken over, people are extremely disappointed. And what was happening is that they were kind of broad brushing everybody with it. But especially when the UNC came in, they said, you know what? There's a guy I was talking to in about November, early December. And I was trying to convince him, you know, why he needs to vote to the PNM. And he wasn't sold. I saw that gentleman a couple of weeks ago. And before I could open my mouth, he let me know that he's voting ready. He said, Kwesi, I'm serious. I'm voting PNM. Because what that woman is doing down the road is madness. And we have a chief secretary here who is saying nothing and knows nothing. I ain't say a word to the man now, yet. As yet, I was there standing in disbelief. And this is an open and public statement he was making me buy a grocery, man. And that's how people are feeling on the ground. And again, he is not in any political meeting. He's not waving any flag. His car doesn't have any flag. He doesn't have a flag by his home. But he is sitting, waiting patiently for Monday to come.
You see, I don't like your behavior, you know. I'm telling you in front of Hislop. I don't like your behavior. Hislop, you know what that man do?
What's that?
That man put up on his status the big red rally tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I'm feeling like if you know, Kwesi send that ad from a place, I'm going to play it for the people. And I want to say good evening to the 300 and something people. Now, this is not time that I just be on, will you? I normally come on from 8 o'clock 8:30 in the night. That is my time. I do this program because I want to respect my brother Hislop is an Adventist, and I don't want him to be talking the politics talk on his Sabbath.
You want him to kick me out of the church?
I want you to kick you out of the church because I want you to, and I also say to Kwesi, I want Kwesi to have enough time to find somewhere for me to rest my head when I come over Saturday. So I said, you know what, let me do this program early so that, but I have 300 and something people on YouTube, which says to me that people wanted to hear from earlier, and the numbers will go up. Well, now I go up to 481. So the numbers will go up, you know. So Hislop, I just want to let you know now that, you know, I have some weight. I ain't a big boy like you, but I have some weight, Hislop.
I know that long time.
Right? I have the ears of some people, Hislop. So you go up to 483. So Hislop, by the time we'll finish and know the word done spread, and Tobagoans going to be on the live, and they're waiting to hear. They're continuing to hear the information from you guys. And again, I want to thank you all for being on Constructive Talk today. You know, real rain falling in Trinidad here, you know. And
there was a lot of rain here in Tobago as well.
Yeah, you know when rain falling, that is blessings, eh?
Yeah, it's falling this morning.
And my YouTube family coming on slowly but surely. My YouTube family coming on, Islam.
Well, that's what is important.
The message had to go out there.
Yeah.
So let me play this video that Kwesi sent me about the young lady. I want to play this video because I want people to hear. I want people to hear the good work that Kwesi have been doing. Right? So we go in and play the video. And then I see Kwesi send me the ad. I will play the ad and then we coming back. Stay on the line, Ole. Don't come off, eh? Alright, so I played the video. I want to play the big red rally ad. You see now, boy. You see, only really know how to tease people in a way. Only not easy at all. So we're gonna play the ad for the rally. For those of you who live in Tobago, you understand? And you want to know what's happening over the weekend, I'm going to play for you now what's going to be happening in your area. Let's just make sure and find yourself there tomorrow, you know. And I believe that tomorrow is going to be good, man. You know, people are going to come out and give the support to the People's National Movement. So if you're now joining me and you want to know what's happening on Constructive Talk, how I am on so early, because I have two guests with me, two important brothers, right? Two important brothers. One is former Senator Hislop, and former secretary. Also, I have former secretary with me, Mr. Chrissy Devine. So, hey, we're gonna do this. All right, we're going to do this. So let me play for you now the ad for tomorrow, and take a listen to this earlier and share it.
Big Red Unity, the PNM Rally and Red Up Youth Fest. One movement, one PNM, one Tobago.
March out until March, you the people them want them not go take no time.
This Saturday, 4 p.m. at Market Square. Let's all rally with purpose and turn up the energy.
Until not go play games, no time.
Come witness a powerful lineup of speakers with live performances from Sasha,
14 PNM. Anyway,
Sharon Phillips, Jaron Nurse, and Mark Isaacs. After the first ever Red Up Youth Fest, featuring live performances by Lyrical, Lady Lava, Temper, Culture B, and many more. Come feel the unity, feel the momentum, and on election day, we put Tobago first again. Big Red Unity, the PNM Rally and Red Up Youth Fest. One movement, one PNM, one Tobago.
March out until March, you the people them want them not go take no time.
This Saturday, 4 p.m. at Market Square. Let's all rally with purpose and turn up the energy.
Until not go play games, no time.
Come witness a powerful lineup of speakers with live performances from Sasha,
14 PNM. Anyway,
Sharon Phillips, Jaron Nurse, and Mark Isaacs. After the first ever Red Up Youth Fest, featuring live performances by Lyrical, Lady Lava, Temper, Culture B, and many more. Come feel the unity, feel the momentum, and on election day, we put Tobago first again.
Walk, we see all again on bad boy. Big things happening in Tobago over the weekend here, boy. Hey, Gracie? Hello? Hello?
I hear still.
All right,
See, like,
okay.
jumped up?
Nah, Gracie right here, man. He must see. You know he busy. Yeah, but big things happening Saturday, man. And then Sunday you'll have and then Sunday you'll have any rally?
Yeah, Sunday, yeah, motorcade.
Oh, the motorcade, sorry. Sunday's the motorcade. Is that all through Tobago?
Well, it's supposed to. I can't give you all the details in terms of the.
Okay.
But yeah, it should be. It usually does most of the island.
Right, and then they come in. Then they come in by you.
They finish in Scarborough, maybe. That's why I say I don't have the details with me.
Okay, I thought they was coming by you to eat and thing now.
No. I can get up for that whole. I can get up for that whole.
Well, you only say lad boy. Everybody know easy man boy, easy man boy.
Easy man. Oh, now. For me, eh?
Easy man boy. I don't understand why you just want to do that, boy. I don't understand you. I don't understand you sometimes. You just really play like you really want to play this small fry thing, yeah, but we can leave that.
Small fry, Google.
We can leave that alone for now. We can let you go to Trinidad and Tobago know, and by extension the world know where does we up to now. But anyway.
Oh Lord.
Anyway. So the feel on the ground. Because I would have told you about, and Chrissy would have listened to him, the pastor who called in and tried to give us the impression as though the ground don't want to hear the red. You know, he gave us that impression that hey, the red going through, the red don't want no part of the red going through. The Tobago people don't want no part of the red. So I just wanted for you.
The truth is, Google, as long as there's Trinidad and Tobago, I believe there will always be PNM.
Okay.
And there will always be a representation of the People's National.
Beautiful.
And we know the naysayers don't like to hear that, but that is just the reality of the organization that we all belong to. That is the PNM. So as long as Trinidad and Tobago exists, I am a firm believer that Trump movement will always have a message for the population of Trinidad and Tobago. The reality we face all the time is that at the end of the day, it boils down to choice, and citizens have the right to choose. Yeah, but the ground wants to hear, and we see that from the turnout at the meeting. That the ground wants to hear what we have to say, and we're not shying away from that.
And that's important. Once you all know what the people wants to hear what you all have to say, then you all know anything to worry about.
Because if that was the case, then you wouldn't have any attendance.
Yeah.
If that was the case,
and to add to that, Lawrence, the attendance has been growing steadily.
Correct.
The attendance has been growing steadily.
That's important.
And people have been emboldened because there are some people that we have spoken to. I have come across who said, "Chris, I wasn't coming up before, but you know what? We need to come out." So people start to feel the safety of numbers because there's safety in numbers. Because even at one time when I got there last night, there's a particular part where people were staying away and they said, "Boy, we don't know when you light." But when, especially Ansel started talking and Kelvin, all of that went out the door and people were just up in front and just taking in everything that had to be said. And again, being emboldened by the presence of numbers of familiar faces of the Tobagonians, and unfamiliar faces as well, who are coming out and saying, "You know what, this is not the Tobago we want, it's not the Tobago we identify with. We want better, we deserve better."
Is the radar issue still an issue in Tobago?
I think it is to some extent. It may not be as, and Kwesi could also chime in on this, but I think it is to some extent. There is a concern by Tobagonians. What's next? And I think that is it. After what transpired last week, was it Saturday with the US moving into Venezuela?
Right.
I think there's a genuine question as to, okay, so what's next? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen next? What does this mean? And persons and Kwesi alluded to the fact that there is a silent majority. And there are persons you will hear off and on, you'll hear the conversation about it. As to okay, so we got Maduro. So is it then that the radar can be moved? Because if that was the case, you got Maduro. So then why do we need the radar to remain?
Gracie, how what's your thoughts about what's your thoughts?
The radar, well, it's so interesting, and I just want to go a bit deep. I think the radar issue is live in the minds of people. Right. While it may not be front and center, because of course we are people of recency, and recently we were dealing with Christmas, and we're now heavy in campaign season. It is part of the issues that people are talking about, because people are mindful that there is the possibility still of war. And even the chief secretary, who started off saying he didn't know, and then he may have known, and then he had a press conference, and then he supported it because it's not a bad thing. He made a statement that he will go and mash up the arm radar himself.
Yeah, he said that this week.
Because, yeah, and again, we saw how he always changing. And he says that because he's getting pushback and feedback that this is still an issue in the minds of people. Although we might not be vocalizing it as much, it's still an issue. And that's why he's now trying to seem as if he's willing to stand up. But there's something I want to say, Google, that I said on a platform because the Chief Secretary claimed that he did not know about it beforehand. But this radar, for those who may not know, although it's close or adjacent to the new airport terminal, it is still within the general compound of the airport because it's just next to the runway of the airport, at the end of the runway.
Yeah.
So it is within the fenced boundary of the airport. So for anyone who knows about the law of Trinidad and Tobago, the Airport Authority Act speaks to the Airport Authority being in control of this space. That space is under their control. It means to commence any construction in that area, the chairman of the Airport Authority had to know. And if the chairman had to know, the chairman does not govern on his own or manage on his own, you'd have had to let the management or the CEO of the Airport Authority know. And of course, because it's been done in Tobago, the management team in Tobago will have to be aware. And because the compound is secure, the security guards would have to be aware that there's this construction going on. And because there was a construction going on, the contractor had to be engaged. And mind you, I don't know that Donald Trump called California Stucco from the White House and said, do this job. So the contractor is aware. The contractor needed truckers. The contractor needed somebody to pour concrete. The contractor needed steel benders. The contractor needed carpenters. All of them were aware that this thing is going on. And none of the people I've just called are on the National Security Council. None of them. But they are all aware. The Chief Secretary's excuse that why he does not know, he claims, is that he's not in the National Security Council. But all of these people who are not in the National Security Council are fully aware. As a matter of fact, I got a hint about it, and then a trucker, somebody driving a truck, is the person who informed me this is happening.
Yeah. A man who driving a truck, you say, no, Gracie?
Yeah, a truck driver. So the truck driver...
Yeah. So the truck driver know, and Fali, you know?
Yeah, so and Fali trying to convince us that he doesn't
know. Well, I want to answer that question.
Yeah.
Because the truck driver even told me, Google and listeners, when the aircraft from the United States Air Force would land in Tobago. Because he was told this by the boss, that they had to finish the site by a particular time because the aircraft come in with equipment. And it so happened that the said morning, because I did not remember, but the said morning I hear this roar above my house. And when I look out, I see a huge aircraft running up the road. And I have, a lot of people have this flight radar tracker app now. And when you pull it up, it says to you what aircraft it was that was making its way out of Tobago.
You had to download that on my phone, eh?
And you have a chief secretary who is saying, or trying to, as Kwesi rightly said, trying to give the impression that he don't know what's going on. But he had to be fully aware of what was going on.
Wow. What about the ambulance Sunday? You think that people are somewhat upset too about those ambulance that they would have purchased and it was non-functional, really?
Yeah, well, the thing about it is Kelvon, and we have to give a kudos to the minority leader as it relates to this whole ambulance. As we put it now, ambulance gate. This whole ambulance fiasco. And I think last night he said, and he's been saying it over and over again, that it can be credited to be the single most corrupt procurement process in the Tobago House of Assembly. Because you're talking about $18 million for defective equipment. Because the truth, Google, since these ambulances came on island, the two that were put into service initially, they've not functioned effectively. They've not provided the service for which they were purchased for. And you see, they don't like to hear this, but there was a brand of ambulance that the PNM procured. I think it was under Claudia Groom-Duke, which was a Ford brand of ambulance, because the EHS service, if I'm not mistaken, the EHS service as we know it was birthed in Tobago and was the most effective ambulance service in the country before you have what you have in Trinidad now with the contract. But this was the most effective service, and we bought these Ford ambulances that gave us human service. They changed out a couple of them about 10 years ago, and they've been working effectively on the island. And a couple of the guys said all these ambulances did is just some TLC, you know. But you decided that you're gonna go back out, and even if you go back out, which is your right to go back out to procure ambulance, that's your right as the government. Why are you going to seek a brand or that nobody knows about, that comes from and there's nothing wrong with stuff coming from India, because you could get good stuff coming from India as well, but why go look for a brand that nobody knows about? And when they get here, to tell you how bad it is, Google, they had manual seat belts in these ambulances. You remember back in the day, you had to pull the seat belt through the buckle to get it tight enough around you?
Yeah.
That is what they were giving. That is what they proposed to give to our emergency personnel to go for patients, to transport patients. The ambulances had no air conditioning in this day and age. You had a fan, a blue fan overhead. Back in the day, when men used to be running 180B and 120Y and thing, and you had no AC, they used to have the blue fan on the dashboard blowing to get a cool breeze in the car. That's what they bought into this island for our hard-working emergency technicians. No AC, manual gearbox. That's what we got for $1.5 million or somewhere around it per unit. When on offer from places like Toyota and Nissan, was much less than that for brands that we are aware of, tried and tested brands. And on top of that, you also had the option to go to another supplier out of the United States for the same brand that we got accustomed to, which was the Ford. But you were getting a bigger brand because they no longer, a bigger model, because they no longer make the model that we had initially.
Right.
And that as well would have come up cheaper than what we got out of India. So you have this administration unwilling to take responsibility for a botched procurement process. And when they ask the Secretary of Health what transpired, the Secretary of Health is going to stand up in the assembly chamber and say she don't know anything. That's the responsibility of the TRHA. And I asked somebody, I said, how could you imagine at the time Terence Dalsing getting up in Parliament to answer a question posed in Parliament concerning the procurement for something at a regional corporation, at a regional health authority? And he is saying, as the Minister of Health, I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, actually CEO
at Southwest.
Yeah, actually CEO at Southwest.
Because
Madness.
where does the RHA get its funding from?
Thank you.
And that's the thing. Where does the Tobago Regional Health Authority get its funding from? Especially for well, not even especially, but when you're talking about major capital expenditure, that is something, and Kwesi could speak to that, being a past member of the Executive Council. That's something that has to come to Exec Council. If I'm not mistaken, Kwesi, that has to come for, you're talking about $18 million of taxpayers' money having to be expended on equipment. You must, as the Secretary of Health, you must see something. You have to. And that is what we are, we deal with.
You know, you dealt with something last night. I want to play. Did you hear Miss Haddad?
Yeah, I did.
I want to play it for the listeners and the viewers, and they to hear Miss Haddad. And boy, oh boy, Miss Haddad would have weighed in. And after that, I want to also play for them something. Oh boy. So let's listen to Miss Haddad, and we're going to come back.
Businesswoman Diane Haddad says,
all right, so we're going to play Miss Haddad, and when we come back from Miss Haddad, we're going to continue the discussion right here, man, on Constructive Talk.
Businesswoman Diane Haddad says the new ferry, the MV Blue Wave Harmony, should have been brought into service immediately as the Cabo Star leaves, but instead there is a break in transmission that threatens commerce and supply chains. She adds that while the Chief Secretary claims all is well, there was no prior engagement with the business community.
There's been no consultations. It's been operated pretty much dictatorship, take it or leave it kind of thing for the last 4 years. And unfortunately, after the last election, when we experienced that for the last 10 years, and we thought we were going into a change, and that the tagline was yellow is the code, it was yellow is the close, because the code of behavior and conduct is the same.
Haddad tells the Morning Edition Tobago's economy has been in regression under the current administration, citing stagnation in key sectors like tourism and a lack of strategic vision. She says the island needs new leadership.
I think that the PNM at this stage, based on what we have in front of us, I would like to have given Dr. Angus. I don't think she has the amount of support, but I know the ideas for change is what the island needs, but I don't think she has all of the dynamics in terms of the clause and the people getting there. I did not tell her this. I tell people, you ask me my opinion, I'll tell you. It's not from a place of hurt, it's from a place of love and care. After what we've been through for the last 4 years, no, I'm not prepared to listen to Afali Augustine again.
She also weighs in on the licensing office rollout, describing it as a poorly executed plan, one that was clearly not thought through before being implemented.
Clearly, it is revenue collection.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with bringing discipline and a formula for that licensing authority to work, like many other entities. It is a mess.
Haddad says if the intention is to get citizens to take care of their vehicles, it would make more sense to allow them to pay their inspection fees and receive a defect list, giving them 6 months or a year to complete the necessary repairs. She notes that the current system is unrealistic, with too few mechanics, a shortage of upholsterers, scarce parts, and many people struggling to cover the costs. Nicole M. Romani, TV6 News.
So that was Miss Haddad. Right? Real interesting, eh?
Yeah, very interesting.
Real interesting. I when I heard it, I said, okay. But there was another video that I wanted to share that concerns you. But before we move on to that video, Dr. Hislop, you laugh. You know, there is this I saw when in the news they talked up the chief secretary referred to you, and he would have talked about the licensing officers. I saw a whole TikTok video where he talked about his wife, and he talked about this. I'm like, no. To me personally, I think that the chief sec is going through. I don't know what's happening to him, but I believe that there's something happening. I think he realizing more and more that he's losing. He's not getting the traction that he really genuinely want. So I see him being frustrated. The voice, what he shared last night, or what he shared, is the voice of a man who is desperate. 1, 2. The guy who won the seat in Tobago, who was talking to Akash.
Right. Tomo.
He made a statement supporting the government.
Yeah.
On the ticket fines.
Yeah.
And then I heard the chief secretary saying he don't support it. There's a conflict. But on top of that, you are threatening licensing officers not to pay the rent for their building.
Well, I didn't even hear all of that back.
You didn't hear that?
No.
Well, let me play it for you. On this, Hislop, you're supposed to know your brother. You know I don't talk nothing that I don't have evidence to back up.
No. I know you do. I just didn't hear because I sometimes I can't take that in my space.
All right. But take a listen to it. Take a listen to it, and I want you to respond to him. I want you to not respond, but I want you to educate the listeners on first. Just listen to what you have to say. To me, I just like you know. I have a real low tolerance level sometimes to these kind of things. But listen to him.
Yeah.
To News Your Politics now, Chief Secretary Foley Augustine has pledged to push back against any heavy-handed enforcement by licensing officers, warning that Tobagonians must not be unfairly targeted. Augustine broke his silence on the issue last night, speaking at a Tobago People's Party public meeting. In a stern message to Transport Commissioner Clive Clark, Augustine reminded him that the Tobago House of Assembly owns the property occupied by the licensing division in Tobago, and warned that the THA would not hesitate to withdraw access to the facility if necessary.
And anytime licensing department wants to continue to use their office in a punitive way, as opposed to using it in a way to manage traffic and manage how people use our roadways and vehicles, we will use our office and use our property and stand up on behalf of the people of Tobago. And I don't care how they feel about that. You can't punish my people and then I pay the rent for you.
No, I can't let that continue just like that. It's not on us. No, don't laugh. On a serious, this is that. No, that's a threat, you know.
But you know, it doesn't surprise me. And it did not even surprise me that I was part of his attack last night. Last night concerning licensing officer. Because the question I asked, I think was at the Roxborough meeting, and that I will continue to ask. Why the silence? Because I made the point that when the PNM was in office and the tickets, the fee, the penalties went to $1,000. There was a whole heap of noise. We called, he called the then Prime Minister and Minister Woods as well, and called them wicked and all of this kind of thing. And then you have a situation now where your two MPs are part of well, not even your two MPs, you all are part of an alliance, somewhat, with the current government, who has increased the fines, 100% increase. And you are now attacking the Transport Commissioner. The Transport Commissioner is doing his job. The Transport Commissioner is doing his job. The police will be doing their job. They're doing their job. Because let me tell you something. I as well, at the time, and I hold the same position. If your vehicle is roadworthy, you do not have to worry, right? And so I am not promoting lawlessness. If you are a law-abiding road user, you do not have to worry. I also understand that persons have extenuating circumstances and from time to time may not be able, because I've had myself in that position as well. I have found myself in that position as well. And sometimes you're unable to even do simple maintenance on your vehicle. Sometimes you have a budget months in advance to change a tire or two on your vehicle. And that's the reality that citizens face. And what is even worse is that you have more of an unemployment situation in the country now, where I may have lost my job, but I still own a vehicle. And I still have to take my children to school. And so if something happens on my car, it's not priority over feeding my children and that kind of thing. Yeah, if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. And so I am not promoting lawlessness. But I am saying if the yardstick at the time, when the PNM was in government, was for you to call the Prime Minister at the time wicked and evil and whatever, because the fines was where it was. Now that the fines are now doubled, why are you so silent against the government that doubled the fines? And that's that because at that time I did not attack the Transport Commissioner. I didn't attack this person, I didn't attack that person. My position remains the same. If you have a vehicle that is roadworthy, you don't have to worry. If you're a law-abiding citizen, you don't have to worry. But you've now created a situation where you are allowing, or you've given the licensing division and the police service the tools to hit me a ticket that last year was $1,000, that is now $2,000 for the same offense. And then when you have pushback from your own supporters, the government is now saying, well, we go bring a law in a couple of weeks' time to give you time. And the time that they're giving you to remedy the problem is 3 days. And so I could agree with Ms. Haddad that if that's what you want to do, then put it in such a way that I go to the inspection station, get a defect list, and I have 6 months in which to remedy my problems. I have the defect list with me, so that if I'm stopped by licensing or the police, I have this time. And even if you don't want to do 6 months, 3 months, these are the defects that were identified on my vehicle, been given the time by the relevant authority to get it rectified. Right? But you've gone all punitive, and you've gone all punitive at $2,000 for a ticket and $4,000, and it's just crazy.
And the tickets cannot be paid in installments.
And it can't be paid in installments. You understand? So the question I asked simply was, where is the same strength you had last year or year before? Where was the strength you had year before? When the PNM government was in office, when the ticket was $1,000, ticket double, and you're silent, and only because you get called out on it, you're now attacking the Transport Commissioner and threatening the Transport Commissioner.
Chrissy, what's your take on this, boy?
Well, I have a couple of things to say on it, and I mean the attack last night, and mind you, this man was attacking Lawrence and the Transport Commissioner. I've never seen a political meeting going on after 12 at night.
Yeah.
But that is where we have gone. But just to bring this thing home, I had an experience actually a couple nights ago. I was riding with my son cycles as well. So I tried to carve out some time for him in the middle of the campaign. And so we ended up having to do a night ride. And I had to drive, he had to ride at the time. Because both of us couldn't ride for a particular reason. And, you know, he was riding behind me and he said, Daddy, like, you know, one of your brake lights not working. And if I tell you I'm driving my vehicle without the knowledge that this light is not working, and I'm saying to myself, just like that, $2,000 could have been taken out of my pockets. And I know for a fact that the member of parliament for Tobago East, because he had his own challenges before he became among the high and mighty. And I know that he was asking for someone to help him buy tires because his 4 tires were smooth. And this is before he was elected. And I'm saying you are now supporting these draconian fines when just the other day, 9 months ago, you were in a similar position where if you were caught, you would have been charged several $1,000s. And you know, in this economy where you're sent home URP secret reforestation workers, in Tobago where construction workers have been sent home, nothing else to do, a lot of people resort to what they call pulling bull. Everybody knows that. And their vehicle has become their only source of income, because I know of families where both parents, mother and father, were sent home right in this Tobago. And the father had to pull bull to make ends meet. I'm seeing that as we speak on a daily basis. And we're now looking at penalizing people so much that they can't even do that. What options are you leaving for our people, especially our young people? You know, Karen Ashe, if she's listening, I love you. I'm a big fan. And she made the point, poverty is no excuse for crime. But it does make people consider it. And when you start taking away opportunities and options, people start looking towards what is left on the table. And that is the scary thing. But just to support what Lawrence is saying, the Transport Commissioner did not raise ticket prices, or the fines, the level of the fine. He did not raise it on his own. That was done by the Minister of Transportation. And so you want to cost the officer who was given a job to implement and do his job. But the real problem, and that's what they try to do, you know. It's just like when Tanko said, well, if your landlord raise a rent, then find somewhere else to live. They want you to cost everybody else except the government, the people responsible. But it is the government, the increased alcohol prices is the government, not Carib, not Angostura, is the government. The increase in the price of the tires is not the tire man who raised the prices, is the government that rose the price of the to clear the containers. So all of these taxes, although it may not be directly to the end user, it does fall eventually on the end user. And the average man feeling it. And the reality is, it's this UNC government supported by the TPP that is to blame. And they can't escape that. That is fact. And people are suffering no more than ever before because of how callous and uncaring. As a matter of fact, I went talking on the block in Mason Hall, just listening. I didn't prompt anything. And a young lady said, no, it's all the problem. Kamala said, oh, let's take her for granted last time, so she wicked this time. She's doing things to spite this time. And that is how the average man and woman is seeing it. She's been callous on purpose because she lost an election in 2015. And that is what we're dealing with here now in Trinidad.
Wow. Boy, I'm listening, you know. I'm listening. So, Islap, I didn't finish play the whole video, you know. I can play the whole video now?
Yeah.
All right, so I want to play the whole video. So take a listen.
You think what you call me now?
Huh? Yeah, the video where you calling him?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Did the video we call your name? So I'm going to play the whole video now. Take a listen, eh? Oh, yeah. I don't know now, boy.
To News Your Politics now, Chief Secretary Foley Augustine has pledged to push back against any heavy-handed enforcement by licensing officers, warning that Tobagonians must not be unfairly targeted. Augustine broke his silence on the issue last night, speaking at a Tobago People's Party public meeting. In a stern message to Transport Commissioner Clive Clark, Augustine reminded him that the Tobago House of Assembly owns the property occupied by the licensing division in Tobago, and warned that the THA would not hesitate to withdraw access to the facility if necessary.
And anytime licensing department wants to continue to use their office in a punitive way, as opposed to using it in a way to manage traffic and manage how people use our roadways and vehicles, we will use our office and use our property and stand up on behalf of the people of Tobago. And I don't care how they feel about that. You can't punish my people, and then I pay the rent for you.
Augustine also sought to dismiss claims from the People to National Movement, particularly former Senator Lawrence Hislop, who claimed that for now the government is keeping back the licensing officers from operations in Tobago, but come the day after Election Day, they will be out in their numbers with their ticket books. The TPP leader said this is exactly what the PNM did to Tobago in 2023.
Mr. Hislop said licensing would be in Tobago from Tuesday morning, as though licensing is directed where to go by the political directorate. And so at first I said, that is nonsense. But then I said, PNM must talk about things that they just do themselves and try to make it look as though everybody else is doing it too.
Augustine also reminded his supporters that the previous PNM administration also raised traffic fines. And responding to the Prime Minister's announcement of...
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Are we buoyant?
You all heard that part? You heard your brother? That is what our boys say. So he threatened the licensing officers. Tell them if they come here to treat Tobago people a certain way, we will deal with all you. Right? Then he'd go as fast to talk. He say Hislop ain't talking just so. Big boy Hislop know what he talking about. He said big boy Hislop know what he talking about.
So that's what the PNM do. That's what he say.
Yeah, that's what he say. He say Hislop know what he talking about because that's what the PNM do people. So I don't know, big boy Hislop, you had to defend yourself, you know.
I had to defend nothing, Pastor Google. Not one thing. I asked legitimate questions. If the chief secretary chooses to attack me instead of answering the questions, then that's fine. That's part of the course when you're on the political hostings.
Yeah,
that's part of the course.
That was different, though.
Yeah,
that fella different.
Listen to me, but you honestly have to ask the question: why they started this week in Trinidad, where they're issuing tickets, they're doing stop searches, they're doing roadblocks, but you have absolutely no traffic operation taking place in Tobago. Absolutely none. None. So we ask the question, is it that you're waiting until the election done?
The man come after you, brother. I said that you can't come after my brother. I said you can't come after my brother just so. You're out of place.
Fine, man.
Coming after my brother just so.
Yeah, we hear in the Gael. I sign up for this, you know. But you know what I find interesting though?
Tell me.
Is that you I'm not even a candidate in the election. You're spending a lot of time on me, you and your other candidates. So it is clear that whatever issues that I raised and whatever issues the PNM raised is clearly troubling the Chief Secretary and his team.
Yeah, he's afraid. He's afraid. He's
It's
worried.
clearly troubling. So, it's part for the cause, man.
So.
Part for the cause.
All right. So tell me, we coming long to the home stretch. How is it looking in Tobago in the sense of today was big red day? How is it? What was it feel on the ground? How is it looking on the ground? Did you venture outside to see?
No, I'm at work all day. I'm now heading to the barber.
See what I'm talking about, Trinidad and Tobago?
So I've been moving about all week. You're getting a sense that Tobagonians are really at a place where they understand that we could do better than what we have right now, you know.
Okay.
They understand when you hear the conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Tobago deserves better than it is receiving right now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. That's the kind of conversations you get.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Have you met anybody? Have you met any TPP supporters who want to put you in your place?
Listen, we meet those people all the time. But I have friends and family who are TPP supporters. And there's some that you can have proper conversations with. And then there are those you can't even talk to because it's all attack. Yeah?
Okay.
But at the end of the day, my desire for all of us in Tobago is that we don't lose sight of our Tobago-ness. We don't lose sight of who we are. And that the reality is, as we've said in the campaign, that whatever we do, we put Tobago first.
You know, I'm telling all of this, you and Kwesi this, and I don't think you all understand. And there's a reason why I did this program with you all today. I'm going to tell you something. Today, a partner of mine came to check me. And he said to me, he said, Tobagonians don't know how much fire.
Them do.
How much will you raise a fire for PNM people in Trinidad? They said this election has built a level of fire for PNM people in Trinidad.
Yeah.
You understand what I just tell you?
Mm-hmm.
People said to me, a guy said to me, he said, boy, I listening to that meeting and I now feeling like if PNM getting back the vibes, boy.
Right.
So really and truly, you know, this election has sparked a level of interest back into the People's National Movement, not just from the Tobago aspect, but also people from Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ole doing a good job. Chrissy.
I hear, and I agree with you. I think last night someone said to me that they appreciated the campaign. They couldn't see gaps in it.
Yeah.
And this is someone from a neutral standpoint. They were saying that the campaign focused so much on issues and our vision that they felt like they could have faith in politics and politicians again.
Beautiful.
And of course, ultimately in the PNM again.
Beautiful.
And it showed because our viewership grew.
Yes.
Gradually.
Yeah. Yes.
Gradually and
Yes.
organically.
Yes.
And Google, this is a campaign. If there ever was a shoestring budget campaign, it's this one. I'm talking about no big trucks. We struggling for jerseys. We probably don't have much flags. We can barely pay our volunteers or give our volunteers anything to eat or drink or anything like that, but people have been showing up and showing out and showing love for an appreciation for what the PNM is doing, and that we are going to bring back some sort of sound leadership to Tobago. As a matter of fact, a guy pulled over, because I would usually be on the roadside. A guy pulled over and he said, Quincy, there's a metric. There are three things you look at when you want to assess any government. You look at what they did for the development of the people, the development of the island or the country, and good governance. And he says this administration has failed on all three. And this is somebody who said he carried over 30 people to vote in December 2021 for the PDP.
Wow.
And he said they have failed terribly.
Interesting.
And he cannot wait. He would say me, if I could only share those voice notes, but I won't do that. He always speaks about how wicked these people are. And he can't stand the deceit and the lies. Because this guy is a Christian, and he says, see, he just can't understand it, and it gets him so riled up. I never saw the man so emotional before, and so passionate about anything before. And there are people who can't wait for this era to be behind us. It's almost like we're looking to be freed from Babylon.
Yeah.
We need to be freed from Babylon at this point in time.
Wow.
That's the type of wickedness, yeah.
Big red day today in Tobago. How it looking, Chrissy?
Well, the place is a little wet, but we're going out still.
All right. Once you're going out still. Well, Chrissy, how going on now? And Lawrence. I done pack my bag. As I said, I'm coming over tomorrow. If I have to sleep in Lawrence's garage, I sleep in there. But I will be making my way to Tobago tomorrow evening. Right?
I'm true, man.
And also, I will be with Quasi. Quasi, you have to, I don't know how you're doing it, but I have to be a part of your what do you call it? Motorcade?
Yeah. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
So I
know you like to feel the vibes in Tobago. I know you want to feel the vibes in Tobago and Tobago love.
Right.
You see, you got a taste of it, and you don't want to say no.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Fall in love. Fall in love.
Lawrence.
I surprised you made it better, Rana.
Fall in love.
Mr. Hislop.
Yes, sir.
Big boy.
Yes,
right. So, Chrissy, I will be making my way. I want to make sure that I am front row. I will go live on your motorcade, And you know you have to do an interview live on Constructive Talk with our motorcade, eh?
Sounds like a plan.
Right.
Don't worry yourself, man. You know you can get me anytime.
Right. And we talk to the people. I don't know. Hislop tomorrow. As from 6 o'clock. Hislop lock off. He ain't taking my calls. He ain't gonna be talking to me.
Why you make it sound like I am incommunicado on the Sabbath boy? I am a servant of the people. Christ was not incommunicado on the Sabbath, you know.
Let me tell you something. When you had joke now, I tried to get my father on the phone. Let me come. My father was on this past night. You know. I tried to get him. I tried to get him on the phone here because I wanted him to talk to Olena. But like, yeah.
Watch man. If Jesus was alive today, Jesus would have a cell phone, and when the phone ring on the Sabbath, he was answering it. Have a good evening, gentlemen. I'll go on with that.
You go on with that? So you have nothing to say. You need to tell the people before they leave. You all need to tell the people what to do on Monday and why they need to do it. So who going first?
Put Tobago first again. That's all I have to say. We've seen what these people have done for the last 4 years. Put Tobago first again.
And just some education, Google, and this is something that I have to share with the people in the communities. First things first, when you go to vote on Monday, you don't need your poll card. You don't even need your ID card. You can vote without either one. And so we can go to vote. The other thing is that if it is you think you have spoiled your ballot, you can request a new one from your presiding officer. The other thing is, and this is very important, and Google, this is something that has to go out there. Nobody except you and God knows who you're going to vote for. There is no way to tell, absolutely no way to tell who you voted for. And so people, don't be afraid to cast your ballot with your conscience. It doesn't matter who gave you a bicycle or a hamper at Christmas time, or who has been giving you rum and whatever other goodies for the past 3 weeks. Vote with your conscience and put Tobago first again on Monday. Vote for the PNM.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, Gracie. Thank you very much, Mr. Hislop. Big boy.
All right.
Yeah.
Hi, Panda.
I'll call you before 6.
Have a good evening, everybody.
Have a good one. Thanks so much for having us.
You're most welcome, man. So you all just heard Tobago in the house. Tobago was in the house this evening, and you all heard from them. You all, yeah, they're my brothers, you know. I could do that. I could entertain them and make my little fun, and they know it's fun. All right, but what I want to say is, I am really happy that they would have taken the time to be on Constructive Talk today. Hey, big. So I want to play this video before I play anything. I want to play this video because some of you said that you wasn't hearing. So let's take in this video.
City Veins brought the solar lights for us. So this is how I get lights in the kitchen on behalf of Mr. Kwesi Devines. And the Lord said, let there be light. And there was light on behalf of Kwesi Devines. Mr. Kwesi brought a smile to our face. My son came home with 5 subjects this year, you know, and right now he is doing a diploma in mechanical engineering. So on behalf of my children and I will love to thank Mr. Kwesi Devines for bringing brightness to our home. So I had called on Mr. Kwesi Devines on behalf of my children, where they was getting problems to do their schoolwork at night. We have no electricity. So we used to come and sit in the road here. We used to come and sit in the road here and use this solar light with my children to do their homework. And Mr. Kwesi Devines brought the solar lights for us. So this is how I get lights in the kitchen on behalf of Mr. Kwesi Devines. And the Lord said, let there be light. And there was light on behalf of Kwesi Devines. Mr. Kwesi brought a smile to our face. My son came home with 5 subjects this year, you know. And right now he is doing a diploma in mechanical engineering. So on behalf of my children and I will love to thank Mr. Kwesi Devines for bringing brightness to our home. So I
said give me a F, and let them know that is the code. Oh Lord, some say the code is this, some tell me it's that, but I go hear the facts. Give me. We experiencing a global phenomenon. With serious issues, mankind choose to fool around. Then they go find out, facing real consequences, that when you play dotish games, you win foolish prizes. The mighty US of A, look how them in disarray, because they forget the first dose of madness. So with the short-term memory, they welcome back Donald T to give that fascist a second term in office. But after they take the bait and they realize where's the fate, enough of them want to change the vote, but it is too late. You see the FA, FO, I see the FA, now they go FO. Plenty immigrants made their choice. Uncle Donald they supporting, but he put their support on ice and themselves he start deporting. FA, FO, I said the FA, now they go FO. But now Donald breaks in because it now so keen. He naming the Epstein files, so they now studying like they voting a presidential pedophile. FA, FO, I said the FA, now they go FO. You see when you're FA wrong, there's no doubt. Even Uncle Sam will find out that what's so in bam bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout FA, FO, I tell you that is, tell them that is the call. Oh, say, can you see? You see the call? Come in. Trinidadian love all fours, you know that is the truth. So when America Trump, we just follow suit. If them MAGA morons is America's concern, well, we present government is easily their clones. From 2010 to 15, the tenure was so obscene, scandalize the land and destroy we economy. But like we missed the free for all, incompetence and bubble, so we bring them back to finish mash up the country. And as they assume their roles, I set a square peg in wrong holes. Now plenty people who help them win at the polls. Feel the FA, FO, they say the FA, now they go FO. The two worst Alexanders in the world and team make ministers. One is a racist troll and one need a West Indian first primer. FA, FO, I said the FA, now we go FO. Meanwhile Tanti setting up TNT in people worship where we in place. She should have led the Yankee army plant the red eye in she pink palace. FA, FO, I said the FA, now she go FO. You see when you're FA wrong, there's no doubt. Persona non grata must find out that what's our in bam bam starts sweet in she mouth. Sing it out. FA, FO, tell them that is, tell them that is the code. Cause when code yellow wins, corruption begins. Where's the real code? Let me talk to the duck. Duck, you had the mandate of most of the electorate, not to mention the support of your party base. Somehow you took that to mean you could manipulate and dictate the decision of who should take your place. And because you were the top dog, you move like an overlord. You find when you tell them jump, they should have asked how high. You set out to sway the vote, offer up a young scapegoat to just get a kobo sweat after you say bye-bye. You delay party convention, play with party constitution, and figure you could have gerrymander the outcome. But your FA, FO, got your FA, and then your FO. You chain up the young man for truth to snap the election fingers fast. Although every poll warn you that would have be a shortcut as FA, FO, got your FA, now all of we FO. So for your voters who stayed away, you certainly have a part to play. Cause they feel like they get betrayed like it had snake in the valleys. FA, FO, I say your FA, now all of we FO. You see when you're FA wrong without doubt, even strong leaders find out that what's our in bam bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout FA, FO, tell you that is, tell them that is the code. So let's do this red and ready to oppose. Give me a F, give me a A, another F, give me a O.
Fool are wrong, and you will find out. Fool around and you will find out. Tobagonians, fool around and you will find out. That is the song, eh? F-A, fool around. F-O, find out. Fool around, find out. He says it at the beginning of the song. Fool around and you will find out. Tobagonians, don't fool around, eh? To find out what we, Trinidad and Tobago, want to end up finding out the hard way. I'll take some of your calls before I come off. 464-7003. 464-7003. 464-7003. Double standard, boy. Double standard. I want you all to listen to this double standard clip as I wait for your calls. 464-7003. 464-7003. Listen to this double standard.
Because a media house is not supposed to be politically biased, supposed to be impartial. Let's check it out. On top of that, Matt, so anybody could just turn on a camera like this, a smartphone, and them is a journalist? Or are there specific definitions and professional qualifications, education, and experience required to call yourself a journalist? Because a media house is not supposed to be politically biased, supposed to be impartial. Let's check it out. On top of that, Matt, so anybody could just turn on a camera like this, a smartphone, and them is a journalist? Or are there specific definitions and professional qualifications, education, and experience required to call yourself a journalist? So I could wake up tomorrow and just say, I am not.
Hey, you don't know. It's a boy video channel. I'm going to tell you something. I'm back. And I'm back on 91.1 Talk City from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow. Look out for me. We're going to talk bread and butter issues. We're going to talk about all what's happening right now in the country. We're going to talk about the tickets. We're going to talk about the licensing office. We're going to talk about everything you want to talk about. Call me tomorrow. I'm on from 3 p.m. Yes, all you. Call me tomorrow. I'm back on radio. Yes, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Talk City 91.1. Yes, I'm going to give out the numbers tomorrow, so call in. I want everybody listening. I want everybody who listen to me, who locked on to me, who following me, all my followers, all my listeners, all them come out tomorrow or outside tomorrow on Talk City 91.1. Come out, right? Come out, put on your radio, lock it in, listen, right? We're going to deal with everything that you want to hear and what you want me to say. You don't know. Your boy Heavy coming out tomorrow on Talk City 91.1 FM. I'm back. Yeah.
Jackie, as you can see, this is the contract here, as you can see. This is the money sign here. This is the figure. It will be excited. It will be excited. It will be excited. And please look out for me on 91.1 January 5th. I'm a UNC, so you don't know. I'm going to promote my party.
Don't forget, for the new year, the first Monday in the new year, this will be Monday the 5th of January 2026. The Gong Report will be back mainstream, both radio and television. So you all can let your maxi taxi drivers, all our fallen soldiers that was trying to get back onto us, let them know. So they're going to look on to Talk City 91.1 from next year, the first Monday in the new year.
Because a media house is not supposed to be politically biased, supposed to be impartial. Let's check it out. Of course, a media house is not supposed to be politically biased, supposed to be impartial. Let's check it out. Of course, a media house is not supposed to be politically biased, supposed to be impartial. Let's
464-7003. 464-7003. I wait some of your calls until about 5 o'clock and then I shut off. 464-7003, 464-7003. Give me a call. Tell me, what is your thoughts? How you feel? What is your thoughts? How you feel about what's going on? And you heard the Tobago brothers tell you that Tobago looking good. You just have to pray and support. 464-7003. You are free to call in and share with me your views and what are your thoughts, what you heard this afternoon. What are your thoughts about what you heard this afternoon on Constructive Talk? Taking your calls, 464-7003. Okay, only dunce people will be listening to those dunce idiots. Would be leading. Okay, I hear you. All right, Trinidad. Who is Yep. So let me say good afternoon to those of you on Facebook, and good afternoon to those of you on YouTube. All right. So anybody want to call in and share your views? Hello. Good evening. Good afternoon, sir.
Pastor Gould.
Yes, sir.
I listened to the interview with Quincy and they are so right. But I want to say that I know Tobago have a strong Seventh-day Adventist community. Right? I spent almost 30 years in the church. And I know the Eastmans in Tobago is strong Seventh-day Adventist. But I'm begging you, I'm pleading to all you, to not support Farley. Support the PNM. Farley is in cahoots with the UNC down here. Not because all is Adventist and Farley say he's Adventist. I don't know. The standard are people who call themselves Adventists now. So I can't find words to describe Farley and Duke because the man have gone in ways. I saw a picture, maybe AI, subject to correction. They have gone in ways saying down and disrespecting the former Prime Minister Dr. Rowley. I've been asking people this week and before. Guys, we didn't learn nothing in Sabbath school. We didn't learn nothing in the quarterly. There's what we produce in the community coming out. Pastor Dutton, there's what we produce. There's what we produce. The most disrespectful, horrendous people I ever come across. Farley represented and the things that was lived in the past. I can't mention it because all I know is all over social media. And these people representing the political party and calling themselves Adventist and all the call man Sabbath. But Jesus said, if you ask for in a pit, what you gonna do? So if somebody ring and Sabbath and you representing the Tobago House of Assembly, you won't fix the need if the house burn down. If somebody wants something, someone of your constituents, somebody in that need of death could be facing them. That's all ritual. But now all on the Sabbath campaigning for votes. Well, give me a break now. I pleading with the Adventists in Tobago, especially my relatives. Please get the PNM all the votes. Get rid of Farley and them. I hope these months in Tobago, get rid of them. Don't vote because of no religion. Vote because of what is right. Right? Vote because of what is right and just and truth. Vote for the PNM. I go on, Pastor Google.
All right. So the views expressed by the callers are the views of Constructive Talk. I don't know nothing about Farley having any firearm. All right. So don't come for me, Farley. All right. So I am just putting that out there. All right. I saw this video, but these are okay. All right. So we're taking your calls. 464-7003. 464-7003. 464-7003. Yep, I saw where Karina Shea released her new song. I only know I would love to play it, but it is copyrighted and I cannot play it because if I play it, the page is going to get flagged. Alright? So I cannot play Karina Shea's song. But I hope that so many of you would hear it. And I know when you hear it, you would love it. So anybody else want to call in? 464-7003. 464-7003. Hello, good evening. Good afternoon, sorry.
Hello, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
How are you going?
I'm all right.
Nice, man. Nice to hear. Watching you here, thing. You know, something I wanted to say. I was watching one of the meetings, and when I saw a man stand up on a platform and say about the ground ain't even scratched yet, and how much house they will build.
you know, I should have asked Islam for them about that.
He have authority to give out house, and who you think and give out house to, and all that. And it amazed me because what I'm saying is, who he will give house to? He ain't, so then, if that is so, he ain't giving no house to no PNM person.
No.
Or no person from the next party. He gain house to who voting, who he know is PDP or whatever they is.
TPP, Tobago People Party.
Yeah, and that could never be fair. That could never be right. So, now, based on that alone, based on that alone, he's one person and he from that party. And then he talk about the boss, which is Fadi, sanction, what he's saying or something like that. So, which means all of them thinking that way. So, even if you based on that alone, if I was a Tobago, them could never get my vote. Never get my vote. Because they don't come across as dishonest, and all what people are saying about them seems to be true. Victimization, and people say that you can't let them see no meeting, or you can't, and it's the same thing used to go on down here, victimization and things. I don't know, I just hope people open up their eyes and open up their ears and use their conscience and know them and vote them people, and give PNM a chance again. Honestly, I feel like the way to go. But I ain't there to vote, so I hope that you do the right thing. But you have a nice day.
Thank you very much for calling.
Yeah, my friend.
Where are you calling me from?
Trinity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Trinity.
Yeah, and I used to live in Tobago, when I was small.
Oh, okay.
I used to live in the Botanic Garden.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I used to live in the Botanic Garden. My uncle was in charge of the Botanic Gardens when we were small.
Oh,
when
okay.
his brother lost his job down here in Trinidad, ended up going to Tobago to live. So I died a long time. I 73, going on 74.
Beautiful.
So, and my wife family is Tobagonian. My wife is a Moor.
Okay.
And my wife is a Moor. So family is Tobagonian and things. So I know, Tobago was well nice at that time. But a long time I go to Tobago one thing. A long time I think. But I hope they wise up and do the right thing. Because let them watch and see what we're going through here. What we and easy, oh God. It's pressure.
Yeah. Thanks for calling, man.
Have a good day.
Same to you, and thanks for calling.
Nice, man.
Yeah, man. Stay locked. That's what we're talking about. And thanks to the elders for calling in. Anybody else want to call in? It is 5 o'clock. I'm giving you 1 minute to call in. It is 5 o'clock. 466-5391 is fast. I promise that I'll come off at 5. Anybody want to call in now? Before I come off, you could have your last say. This is an interesting time in Trinidad and Tobago. Real interesting time. All right? Real interesting time in Trinidad and Tobago. So, yeah, that. Monday night, boy.
Big Red Unity. The PNM Rally and Red Up Youth Fest. One movement, one
March out and sell march. Are you the people them want them not go take no time?
This Saturday, 4 p.m. at Market Square, let's all rally with purpose and turn up the energy.
Hands him not go play games no time.
Come witness a powerful lineup of speakers with live performances from Sasha,
anyway,
Sharon Phillips, Jaron Nurse, and Mark Isaacs after the first ever Red Up Youth Fest, featuring live performances by Lyrical, Lady Lava, Temper, Culture B, and many more. Come feel the unity, feel the momentum, and on election day, we put Tobago first again. Big Red Unity, the PNM Rally and Red Up Youth Fest. One movement, one PNM, one Tobago.
March out and sell march. Are you the people them want them not go take no time?
This Saturday, 4 p.m. at Market Square, let's all rally with purpose and turn up the energy.
Hands him not go play games no time.
Come witness a powerful lineup of speakers with live performances from Sasha,
anyway,
Sharon Phillips, Jaron Nurse, and Mark Isaacs after the first ever Red Up Youth Fest, featuring live performances by Lyrical, Lady Lava, Temper, Culture B, and many more. Come feel the unity, feel the momentum, and on election day, we put Tobago first again.
Drag your bomb, Mr. Fiddler.
I have a story for you. I said I have a story for you. I have a story for you. Well, I like that, From the time you yell a hooray, you're dead. From the time you yell a hooray, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Cause all you do move along, ooh. All you do move along, Once you hear he say, she say, you're pulling up like DJ. You wanna get it for ring in all its glory. I a man don't like to disappoint. Plus I can't lips on your anointed to tell you the truth. So here's the inside scoop. Last election was the strangest yet. No lie. A young PM get a cocoa sweat. Ooh. When they done adding up the polls, they appoint 173 years old. I'm to them boy. Celebration will class up on up. People pass out, can't do the work. 2 days past the leader can't sit. Padarak say white all unfit. When the mark buzz, when the mark buzz, when the mark buzz, like they was drinking boy. You either laugh cry or cuss. I say bust, bust. When the mark buzz, when the mark buzz, real brave who's pass. Bacchanal is a must from the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Cause all you do move along, ooh. All you do move along, Once you hear about Kankatang, you're pulling up like a wagon. You wanna hear the touring like hot Palori. I am afraid to give you the talk. Kai Sonia does walk the walk and say what we mean. So here's the scene. An old Calypsonian drink some rum. Who's that right? He start to talk like it make him dumb. That's alright. Say that these songs today is trash. I know some men only agree, no. I like he mix the rum with babash. Like he really catch it, boy. Our next artist who take for rhythm, overstay his time in Brooklyn. Start a food business like things nice. He better watch out for eyes. When the mark buzz, when the mark buzz, when the mark buzz. That fella is a real killer boy. You either laugh cry or cuss. I say bust, bust. When the mark buzz, when the mark buzz. I hope in good spirit. Bacchanal is a must from the time you hear la courée, you're dead. From the time you hear la courée, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. Cause all you she head not well. About Alexander and how he need altar. About how Benjamin like little children. You wanna hear how Kamla turn big warmonger. Cause all you to move along, move along, move along, move along, you to move along, move along, move along, move along. You wanna hear how Gypsy run from NCC. Don't wanna hear the thing down about voice not falling. How we have no crime plan from TUNC. How we in SOE permanently. So you to move along, move along, move along, move along. You to move along, move along, move along, move along. From the time you hear the cool, the day. From the time you hear the cool, the day, because all you do. Ha! Ajigi Calypso. Hey, Crazy D. We're not putting no more, eh? Let them come in the tent to hear the rest. Huh? It's the vibes. We got shot them. Man.
So I want to say thank you very much to all of you for joining me this evening or this afternoon on Constructive Talk. It was a pleasure. I want to thank Mr. Hislop, Mr. Kwesi Devines for being with me. And hey, talk to you guys Monday. Monday is election day. So we'll be giving you highlights and we'll be talking to Kwesi, talking to Mr. Hislop on how the turnout is going in Tobago on election day. All right. So, you know, there's a song I want to close with. Let me see if I can find that song. There's a song I want to close with. So for those of you who are now joining me this afternoon, I would have had Mr. Lawrence Hislop and I would have had Mr. Kwesi Devines from Tobago giving us an update on Tobago matters and how it went. All right. So there's this song I want to play from Tobago. You understand? I always like this song, you know. I always had liked this song. So I'm gonna close off with this song from Tobago. All right. And I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Trust me. Sunday and all I might be once I'm in Tobago, I'll be giving you all highlights on what's going on in Tobago. Cool? You all agree to that? You all like that? Yeah. I know they would like that, you know. So I will give you all an update on what's going on in Tobago once I make it across. All right? Once I make it across safe. Who is this calling in here? Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello, good evening. Caller?
Pastor Google?
Hello?
Pastor Google?
Yes, sir.
I wish we beat Folly them bad. And I wish you could come across and say something to the Tobagonians. Because we really don't want Folly to go back there, you know.
So you are calling me from Tobago?
Tobago, full heart in Mason Hall.
You serious?
Serious, the heart of Mason Hall. I want Whitey to lose. I want Nakisha to lose.
So you calling me from Tobago?
Tobago.
Wow. Wow.
In the heart of Mason Hall. I wish you to beat them 15-0 straight.
I want to thank you for calling. I really want to thank you for calling.
Pastor Google all the time, and I always was listening to from since then the station with the worst two radio hosts in Trinidad and Tobago. TC and according to the time for them.
Oh gosh, hey!
It's the worst ever.
So let me ask you something. Let me ask you this. How you feeling though? How you feeling? If you PNM could get,
I'm feeling free. I feel we could beat them.
All right.
And I know we could beat them. If the people come out, we could beat them bad.
Okay. All right.
I just hoping and pray that the people come out and vote PNM.
Right.
Because we fed up our family and them.
Well, here now, I want to come over, I know. I want to come over. So once I come over, let me see if I can see your number. Once I come over, I have to meet up with you, man. Because if you gave me all that support since then.
Excellent. Way back, I will support you.
Wow.
Just not to make it now. How Aisha Wells and Sean Felix and
them doing better than me, man.
Excellent. Because way back, I listening to you, watching you. Right now, I'm a big screen, I'm watching you. And I miss when you was over by the Mason Recreation Ground.
Yes.
I did not know that you was coming across.
Oh.
Because when you come back and I text and somebody tell me, yes, he announced that he was coming across. I say, oh, gosh, I miss Pastor Gogo.
Nah, man, you will see me.
I live too far from the field.
Well, here what I'm saying to you. Once I come over, once Chrissy them find somewhere for me to stay, and I come over, you would see me, man.
We'll go top.
All right.
Have a blessed afternoon, Pastor Gogo, and take care. And I wish, oh Lord, please, Lord, help us to beat this Sally and Camilla out of this place in Tobago. All right, Pastor Gogo, take care.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Take care, no problem.
That's the best. That's one of the best calls I get for the evening. In the afternoon, a man from Tobago calling. That's what we're talking about.
Join up in the east, yeah. Team up in the west, yeah. We got this. Hey, we got this. Hey, hey. I cannot wait for election morning. Tell them why. I depend down to me elbow, darling. From Stateside to Canaan, we making it through this moment. You are the reason. Higher than higher heights is our limit. No, we ain't leaving. No one behind, we will not desert you. Come on, protect the future. I know we can do this thing, yeah. So right now, let me fix up. Come on, now let me link up. Bring a friend, let me build up. Till Tobago as one. Turn the country down over. The PNM is the way that we love. Provide representation. Hey, we got this. We getting it done. We got this. We building it up. We got this. PNM. We got this. This journey ain't done. We got this. We building it up. We got this. Whoa. Yeah. So many youths in service now, that's an honor. You are my friend, my sister, and my brother. But what we gonna do? So we gonna join up in the east, yeah. Big up class, we is family. Team up in the west, yeah. Calling out everybody. See when we come together. Unified and we're stronger. Stand up there as we come to do this work. Think that good faith we, but not this red army. 'Cause every day we keep on rising up, and the journey we keep on rising up. When water run more than flower, not even when I could stop this fire. But we stand that there as we come to do this work. Sign them up, and we fix up. Now when we link up. Bring a friend, now we build up. Build Tobago as one. Turn the country then over. The PNM is the way that we love. Provide representation. Hey, we got this. We got this. We got this. PNM. We got this. We got this. Whoa. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting? On election day. Don't care what they say. Who you voting for? PNM. Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting for? Who you voting? On election day. Don't care what they say. Who you voting for? PNM. We got this.
Take no chance. Protect your future. On December 6th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
It's not December 6th, but it is. It's not December 6th, but it is Monday, the 12th. Make sure and do the right thing, Tobagonians. Don't do like Trinidadians, you know. Do the right thing, because it's the right thing to do. I'm out of here with my team song. I'm out of here with my team song. Take a listen to my team song. This is my team song until Kareem could do the right thing. They my team song. But they taking my team song.
I say give me a F, A, F, O, and let them know that is the code. Oh Lord, some say the code is this, some tell me it's that, but I go hear the facts. Give me. We experiencing a global phenomenon. With serious issues, mankind choose to fool around. Then they go find out, facing real consequences, that when you play totish games, you win foolish prizes. The mighty US of A, look how them in disarray, because they forget the first dose of madness. So with the short-term memory, they welcome back Donald T to give that fascist a second term in office. But after they take the bait and they realize where's the fate, enough of them want to change the vote, but it is too late. You see the F.A., F.O., you see the F.A., now they go F.O. Plenty immigrants made their choice. Uncle Donald they supporting, but he put their support on ice and themselves he start deporting. F.A., F.O., I say the F.A., now they go F.O. But now Donald breaks in because it now so keen. He naming the Epstein files, so they now studying like they voting a presidential pedophile. F.A., F.O., I say the F.A., now they go F.O. You see when you're ever wrong, there's no doubt. Even Uncle Sam will find out that what's sour in Bam Bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout F.A., F.O., I tell you that is, tell them that is the code. Oh, say, can you see? You see the code? Come in. Trinidadian love all fours, you know that is the truth. So when America trump, we just follow suit. If them MAGA morons is America's concern, well, we present government is easily their clones. From 2010 to 15, the tenure was so obscene, scandalize the land and destroy we economy. But like we missed the free for all, incompetence and bubble, so we bring them back to finish mash up the country. And as they assume their roles, I set a square peg in wrong holes. Now plenty people who help them win at the polls feel the F.A., F.O., they say the F.A., now they go F.O. The two worst Alexanders in the world and team make ministers. One is a racist troll and one need a West Indian first primer. F.A., F.O., I say the F.A., now we go F.O. Meanwhile, Tanti setting up TNT in people worship we in place. She should have let the Yankee army plant the red eye in she pink palace. F.A., F.O., I say the F.A., now she go F.O. You see when you're ever wrong, there's no doubt. Persona non grata must find out that what's sour in Bam Bam starts sweet in she mouth. Sing it out. F.A., F.O., I tell you that is, tell them that is the code. Cause when code yellow wins, corruption begins. Where's the real code? Let me talk to the doc. Doc, you had the mandate of most of the electorate, not to mention the support of your party base. Somehow you took that to mean you could manipulate and dictate the decision of who should take your place. And because you were the top dog, you move like an overlord. You find when you tell them jump, they should have asked how high. You set out to sway the vote, offer up a young scapegoat to just get a kobo sweat after you say bye-bye. You delay party convention, play with party constitution, and figure you could have gerrymandered the outcome. But your FA, FO, your FA, and then your FO. You chain up the young man for truth to snap the election fingers fast. Although every poll warn you that would have be a shock, but that's FA, FO, your FA, now all of we FO. So for your voters who stayed away, you certainly have a part to play. But they feel like they get betrayed like it had snake in the belly. Say FA, FO, I say your FA. When you're ever wrong without doubt, even strong leaders find out that what's our in bam bam starts sweet in the mouth. When you shout